Hey everyone, Jess here. One of the biggest questions I get when I start talking about Airbnb and Airbnb hosting is really just the issue of trying to find property, whether you're purchasing property and it's your first unit, or if you're doing Airbnb rental arbitrage. Going in blind is never a good idea. So you want to be able to do some market research as far as, is this even a good area for Airbnbs? Do they allow Airbnbs legally, within city limits, or are they restricted? Like places like New York don't allow Airbnb. So if I went and invested all this money into an Airbnb property in New York and then wasn't able to actually generate income, that would be a major problem. So you want to make sure that you're using some type of software. The one that I use is up on the screen. It's called AirDNA. And if you use the link in the description, you can sign up for it for free, right? Absolutely free. Now, they do have paid plans. I think their first paid plan starts as low as $15 per month, but you can have access to this for free through the link in the description if you want to just use that free version. So let me just give you a walkthrough of how exactly to perform your market research on your properties. Okay, so first of all, now let me just full transparency here. AirDNA has so many different features. They're very high tech. Okay, so they have a lot of different things you can change, manipulate, so many different settings. I'm not going to be able to cover them all, so this is just a brief overview of kind of the basics for you when you get started. So let's say we're searching for a property type. Okay, we can do all of that. Right now, I'm just looking at everything. I have it pretty open. We can view different types of listings, and this is helpful if you are someone who's listing an entire place and you want to compare your unit or your listing to other similar listings. Then you wouldn't want to compare them to everything. You would just want to compare it to the entire place. Okay, the type of property that is similar to yours. That way you can make sure you're competitive in the market. You can even look at other properties that are your closest competitors. Once you import your property and your data, it's going to show you your next closest competitors. So you can kind of look at their listings and you can copy or emulate, or, really see maybe where you might be doing, or you could be doing something better like they are. Get some ideas, okay? So that's one of the best features about this. But again, you can go in here and change all this. Let me show you how to use it for market research. We're just going to look at a property or look at the area of West Palm Beach. So this is if I'm a beginner Airbnb host and I'm trying to figure out where to actually get property. This is what I would use this for. You're going to want to select which city or which area you are looking to purchase or rent a Airbnb unit in. And you're going to make sure that it's profitable, number one. So you're going to see what your projected revenue is. And of course, we can go up here. Let's say we have a 3-bed, 2-bath house. It's probably going to sleep more than 4, but we'll just put 4. So we want to look, before we look at these numbers, select kind of the properties that you're looking at. Okay, so you can change all this and update it. But it's going to tell you exactly what your projected revenue is. Now, this was really interesting because on a 3-bed, think about Airbnb, right? So 3 beds are actually performing less, or giving you less revenue overall for the annual year than a 2-bed, 2-bath would, okay? So that's some of the important information you might want to know, because a lot of people think, well, the more beds and baths, the more expensive the property is, the better it's going to do. In this case, not necessarily. There's no point in you paying for the extra bedroom because you'll actually be better off getting a 2-bedroom. Now, this could be due to competitiveness, or it can just be the specific market in this area, all right? So it's going to tell you your occupancy rate. This means how often your property is to be booked. It's about 50% of the time, which is actually really good for Airbnbs, and it's going to tell you how much you can set your average daily rate to. So these are all good metrics for you to follow if you are a beginner, and you just don't know, how do I even create a price? I don't know what to price my listing. You can literally use these tools here. It's also going to have a financial calculator, which you can fully customize, but you're going to be able to understand what your operating expenses are. So when I talk about, is this property going to be profitable, it doesn't just mean, what's my revenue, how much should I charge? You want to make sure that you're able to make a profit, because you're going to be paying rent or a mortgage. You're going to have operating expenses. So this tells you exactly what your total profit would be after you pay your operating expenses. And this is based specifically on this area. So this is going to change, depending on specific things you have. If you have more operating expenses or you have something specific, then you can go and customize your export, okay, or your estimate. Now, it's also going to tell you the projected monthly revenue. Now, obviously, West Palm Beach, which we're looking at here, is in Florida, so you can see a little slower during the winter, and then it really peaks there in the summer. These are going to be the summer months, tapering off April, May, June, July, and it tapers off into the winter. So look at how much these current Airbnb hosts are making during the summer months, and then, like currently when I'm filming this video, it's April, so they're kind of at a low point here, hasn't really ramped up into summer yet. Now, another big benefit of this is that let's say you're at the point of being able to scale your business. Let's say you either don't live in this area that you're purchasing a property, or you have a couple properties already and you're looking for a property manager. AirDNA is actually going to link you up with a property manager that they've already vetted, who's reputable, who basically has a track record of being a good property manager. Okay, that's the ones who they're going to link you to. And then remember that I said you can look at your other competitors. So these are going to be similar listings in the area. I can go click on these and I can look exactly what the title of their listing is. I can go look at, looks like I have to actually pay for a more advanced plan, but you have, so some of that might be limited just on the plan that you're on. Looks like it. But I can see how many days available. I can see how much money they're making. And I bet I can see their photos. I was going to say, you can see like all the information of their listing, right? So that way you can see, okay, these are how I need to take my photos. This is how I want to put my title and my description. And, how many people does this place sleep? This property is performing really well. I need to try to decorate or take my photos or put my description similar to this, okay? So that is just kind of a brief rundown. That's everything that I use AirDNA for. There's more specifics, especially if you have multiple properties and you import them into the software. You can, do comparisons and run analytics all day long. That's primarily what more advanced hosts use this site for. But as a beginner, you're going to want to jump in. Like I said, do the free version if you're a beginner at this. The link in my bio gets you the free version of it where you don't have to pay anything. But they do have paid plans as well if you need higher features or something more advanced, then you can. But like I said, try it for free first. So this is what I would do, guys. This is the number one. Like I said, if you're struggling to know, I don't even know where to buy property, I don't know how to price it, I don't even know where to start, this is the number one place you need to be looking. You need to be doing property research. You can, have your different searches in here. Let's say I want to go look at California or Denver or Arizona. Then I can have all my different searches and I can compare different areas and really figure out, okay, these are the markets, or Airbnb isn't even allowed in these markets. You know what I mean? All right, so that pretty much sums up today's video. If you guys have any questions, please comment down below. As always, subscribe to this channel to get more Airbnb tips and tricks. And go click that link in the description there to get access to AirDNA for free.